Western, big up. I've used this link straight from the chat. I can see that there's more links in the chat now, but I can't get to them now, people. But this one was from the other day. Can everyone see this now? Can you see that, Noble?
1 sec, I'm just on another page. Yes.
Man, we're stepping up our reactions, man.
Yeah, yay.
So, okay, let's go. So, Virginia Jeffrey,
yeah,
the most prominent Epstein accuser alive, who was trafficked to Prince Andrew at a young age, was just in a car accident, hit by a school bus going 70 plus miles per hour, and apparently has gone into kidney renal failure as a result. The doctors said she only has 4 days to live. Very strange that a doctor would give that kind of prognosis. This doesn't sit right with me at all, and it doesn't make any sense. The insight and evidence has provided against... No, the insight and evidence she has provided against Epstein, what's her name? Ghislaine Noble. Ghislaine, and many other invaluable to the investigation, more so than anyone else. She is a key witness. Her going away would be exactly what is needed for the Epstein files to be pushed aside forever. The fact that this is happening when Pam Bondi Rugg pulled everyone about the Epstein files release is even more suspicious. It is my opinion that there is definitely something else going on. So what you're saying there, man? What you, because you guys wanted to talk on this. What you say? All right, I think I know what's going on here. So people, first of all, yeah, I think we can all agree when I say this that Prince Andrew had no type of hard time in the media. Nothing. You know, he had it quite easy, actually, especially for a media that goes so hard against allegations. So when Andrew's allegations come out, yeah, especially with what they allege that he was mixed up in, he never had no hard time, really. I mean, yeah, there's been some shame on their part, but he ain't had a hard grilling by the media. Nothing. So when this girl was running around on different platforms and saying this happened, that happened, people, it was a matter of time before there was some story like this, if this is true, because it doesn't matter what my man did in the eyes of certain folks. The only thing that matters is what my man comes from and what he represents. And the only thing certain folks care about is protecting that. And that's why you see that mans like Piers Morgan, who have made maybe 10 to 15 specials on Diddy, have maybe only covered Prince Andrew once.
And in facts or a short little mentions. It's protection, isn't it, man? It's protection. It's protection. As we've mentioned multiple times with Sean, he was used. He was up there with the people. Them he learned and did his thing, but he was always kept at arm's length to a degree. He's always going to be the crash out fall guy, the quote unquote patsy. You've always got to be. He's the poster boy, man. He's the poster boy for predation, for these Diddy freak off parties, the white parties, and all this madness. But what about Hugh Hefner? What about all the rest of these people? They, as we've said, they were celebrated, man. This is all part of the plan. All part of the plan. Because I do recall, I mean, I still do have a memory, even though they bombard us with so much stuff, and we do have lives. I do recall that the USA was trying to get Andrew over. The CIA was trying to get him over there, weren't they? To question him about all this stuff. And then next thing you know, we get the Ukraine war and stuff. And we don't hear nothing about that there no more.
Yeah, facts D42, but that's what I'm saying, though. Like, this is what I say when man's like Piers and certain other men go hard. Like, look at the Diddy thing, they'll be like, yo, forget Diddy, first of all. My man's an idiot, but they'll be like, yo, Diddy, they got 10 different men on the panel. And I'm saying, Andrew, there's been not much real coverage at all. Epstein, Epstein's been spoken about, but the energy the mainstream energy is always focused on people that come from the culture. Understand that, people. There's a reason for that. This is what I'm saying. You got to look at it like this. It's like I've been watching a lot of the wrestling backlash against Vince McMahon, Noble. And one thing you'll notice about the wrestling industry is when one man's being disgraced, like another man will like try his best not to, how can I word it? Not to kind of add to that disgrace. Mm-hmm. They'll always like, if watch any of the interviews, people, and you can see what I'm saying. They'll always say like, yes, Vince done this, but A, B, or C. They'll always come with like, oh, you know, he had demons outside the. They'd always have some sort of excuse or presentation as to why my man was being accused of certain things. Whereas if you look at the culture, when I say the culture, I'm talking about anyone who makes money off things that origin of a black art form. That's what I call culture. So rap music, black influencers, black podcasts, black, everything black, yeah? When you see a Diddy, you notice that he's paraded not only from the culture, but from all these outlets outside of the culture. And you might say, oh, they're just parading him around because they're disgusted at what he's alleged to have done. But we've actually got someone here who is coming from a royal family, who was mixed up in things that, again, people, even with the Diddy case, yeah, that Diddy case shows a man who thought he was untouchable.
Yes.
A man who had sick fetishes in the bedroom, and a man who took advantage of people who were desperate for money. These are things that I said from day one. All now, there is nothing they've said, boom, this is why this is the crime. It's always like free coughs and A, B, or C. That's what it always is said. But look at the promotion. Look at the scale of coverage of this brother. Now, when anyone says this, they'll say, oh, you defended him? No. Look at the coverage. You've actually got a man, you know, who had an island, people. He had an island. An island that people flew on a private plane, you know.
Come on.
And not no normal people. I'm talking about people that had high positions of power. You don't see no, besides some surface level documentaries, there are no deep dives, there are no constant headlines, there are nothing.
No live stream parties.
This is what I'm saying. Live stream, pulling in man from this part of the internet, man from that part of the internet. You don't see that. The reason for that, people, is because I've said this time and time again, and I'm going to say it again. The black man was tricked into being the face of heinous crimes. Diddy was used for that reason, and the culture walked him to the door.
Yes.
What the culture should have did is held him accountable when he was meant to have been held accountable.
Time ago. Yeah.
After that Tupac stuff and all that, them man should have been kicked out of the culture.
Simple.
But instead, they were given a seat at the table to take advantage of more people. And now, them kind of man, they almost leave those guys in to say, let these man run around, man. Let these man run around and do their thing. And then when we're ready to cash one of them in, we will.
Exactly.
And that's what they did.
Baiting the pool, leaving it out there for all the other fish to come and get the something, and the next thing you know, you come with your big net, swoop them all up.
No, facts. Diddy is the current sacrificial lamb. Epstein and Andrew are much deeper in this. They're not, Aisha, because Epstein is gone. Dead man tells no tales. And Andrew is being protected at all costs.
Is Epstein dead?
Well, that's what they've made it look like anyway. You see what I mean?
Yeah, according to the media.
But guess what? No, but he won't be held accountable for nothing.
Of course not.
And where are the 3-hour live streams and the heavy coverage? Where is it?
Okay. So do you remember, pardon myself, about 2.5 weeks ago, there was all this coverage about not Doge, the Epstein files being released.
Yeah.
And the Epstein files were released to social media influencers and people who do podcasts, or Jewish people, in essence. And the stuff that was released, they came out with a press conference and had these little folders like showing everyone and stuff. It's all redacted. There's nothing in there. I mean, we've seen the flight logs. A lot of us have seen the flight logs, and we know how many times people have been flying, etc. They're not even mentioning those names. But yet, the savior of America, for the MAGA people, Trumpavelli, as I dub him, he's come to save the world. Right? He's come to save the world. He's making America great again. He's putting tariffs all over the place. He's releasing the something. He's gonna the JFK documents, the moon landings. He's doing all the stuff. He's telling all the people all the things, but we don't know nothing. No one's being held accountable. Bill Clinton, how many times did he go there? To Epstein? How many times did the wife go there? How many times did Diddy go there? Michael Jordan? You name it. Give me some names. How many times were they going there?
Yeah, exactly. But you don't see the coverage, man. You don't see the coverage. You don't see it. But this is what I'm saying. The mainstream, they've played people in it, and people have fell for it every time.
It's salacious, I guess. It's salacious. It's entertaining. Oh, it's Puff Daddy from back in. Oh, let's dedicate 3 days or a week just searching BoobTube for people talking about Diddy. Let's waste my life with that. What value is that going to add?
That's why I said I'd never. That's why I said, yo, we're not going to chat about Diddy, because Diddy, at the initial when it first happened and the updates here and there, yeah, that's surface level, but they're really starting to take us, like, as the people, for a bunch of idiots, man.
Yes.
Like, when I'm reading some of these headlines, it's like the man who read the headline, you're basically saying, like, any man who reads this is a knob. That's how I'm taking it. Like that. Like when I'm reading certain things now and then, people, like, there'll be certain people that'll be like, you can't say that, Mark. You can't say. And I'm like, yo, if I can't say it, allow this podcasting, innit? Allow it. Because there's no way, and I'll say it now, that a man can force you to do that. Like, not as a man. No way. I don't, unless you was underage or a man had a firearm to your head. And I'm telling you now, God has my witness. If a man had a firearm to my head, I'd say, yo, squeeze it, man. Squeeze it.
Song.
There's no way you things is going in man's mouth. Just never. There's no universe it happens. I don't care what kind of money he's got, what kind of gangster. You could be the wickedest man out of Kingston, Jamaica. Squeeze everything, man. Squeeze everything, man. You see what I mean? Blow it. Blow out man's brain, because there's no way that's happening. So when these news people are coming and saying, a man was forced to do that, I'm like, no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. He wanted, for whatever reason, there was an exchange that happened, because there's no man who could be forced to do that. And even if it was a thing where a man said, yo, you have to do it, and you were shook like that, as he went in his mouth, he should have tore that thing apart.
What do you mean a man was shook and he had to do it?
I don't know. I'm just saying the logic of the mainstream, Noble. Because you know that's not no logic on these parts of town.
What?
Yeah, man. And they'll genuinely print or post an article like that. So that's why I'm like, nah, man, this is foolishness.
So,
yeah, man, it's foolishness. Absolute foolishness.
Intelligence is what it's doing.
Exactly. And this is what I'm saying, that at some point, people have to look and see that these people are trying to create a narrative, and you got to understand it's way bigger than any of the individuals who are on Front Street. It's more about putting a certain stereotype or changing a certain stereotype. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So you got to think, when they say, "Oh, my man was drugging people and all that," use your head. Look at people's current love of money in today's world. Then look at a man who's got how much million, and think to yourself, would those people have to have been tricked into doing these things? Or would they do it anyway? They were doing it anyway, a lot of them. Facts. Because there's no man, a man took out his things and forced another man. Nah, come on, man. Come on, man. You can fool some of the people some of the time, though.
It's sickening to even think this kind of stuff. I mean, it's perverse, it's evil, it's wicked. If listen, if you want to do sodomite kind of stuff, and you both of you are willing, do it, boss. That's nothing. Forcing people to do anything that's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's been promoted. Look, it's monkey see, monkey do. So the master, a wee good master. It goes all the way back. That psychosis, that Willie Lynch chip, that's still present. Puffy is the prime example. He was up there with the master, sleeping, keeping his feet warm, because unfortunately our people were up there to keep the master's feet warm at night. He'd be there by the table, and his feet are cold. So someone would have to come there and lie down by his feet and keep his feet warm.
Crazy.
Get the hand down clothes. Yeah. They got that mentality. The master does this then, so I'm gonna do that because that's good. That's that. White is right. Yeah, that's the mentality, man. That Willie Lynch chip, he got that embedded in his thing.